I hate gift giving and receiving.
Receiving gifts is so weird. What do you say? Thank you?
This is Coffee Convos with Kail Lowry and Lindsie Chrisley.
I really want you to be in your feels, Kail.
That does not interest me whatsoever.
I feel very attacked by you.
A spirited discussion about motherhood, friendship, family, and life in the public eye.
I'm just not with the fakery anymore.
There's a fakery bakery around here.
Here's Kail and Lindsie.
Good morning, kitty cat.
Good morning.
This is Comfy Convos today. Look, we're kind of wearing like the same but different.
Yeah, and I forgot a necklace and I feel suffocated, but I was late to the recording because I, first of all, decided yesterday, today's tax day, happy tax day, everyone, yesterday that I was getting a new camper, like a new camper on a whim. Had to go sign the paperwork for that. And then Isaac had an orthodontist appointment, so I'd go pick him up from school. And then he's like, do you think we could go to Panera to eat lunch before I go back to school? And I said, no problem. And I drop him back off at school and I'm driving my happy ass home and suddenly had this urge to go to the bathroom. And I was like, okay, I need to find a bathroom, all back roads, winding back roads, see a church that looks abandoned, but there's a porta potty behind it. So I said, perfect. I pull off on the side of the road. There's no shoulder. So my vehicle is half in the grass, half on the road, back road. I'm running. Leave my car on. Running to the porta potty. Okay. Never seen this church before. Never been on this road before. Have no idea where I am. There's a padlock on the porta potty. Okay. A padlock. I said, what in the fuck? Why not? If you're just going to not have this porta potty open, why are we not sending it back to the company that you got it from? Okay. Because people like me will think you can use the porta potty. Doesn't work. Get back in the car. And I'm riding dirty, holding on for dear life until I shit myself. So do you know what it's like to call somebody and say, what are you doing? And he's like, I'm just chilling, whatever he's doing. And I said, where? And he goes, outside. And I go, where? And he goes, by the old camper, because my friend's he bought the camper from me. He's cleaning out the camper. Great. Love that. Meet me in the back of the house. I got to drive through the grass. I need to get in the sliding glass doors so that I can get in the shower.
Is it all over your car?
No, thankfully I was like this. So I'm like the center console's here. So I'm up on my elbows with my foot on the gas like this. And these leggings I got a 3-pack of these leggings from Amazon and they truly already were my favorite leggings, like comparable to Lululemon. And they really held everything in. So there wasn't a whole lot of cleanup in my car, but I remember last week we talked about Prenuvo and that like in-depth scan or whatever.
Yes.
Mine's on May 8th. I scheduled it.
Oh, you already scheduled it?
Yeah, I did the full body, most in-depth option. And it's like I want to say it's like a 45-minute in-depth scan from head to toe. You can do one that's like just your head or just your torso. But I'm like, honestly, I might have IBS. I might have colon cancer. It could go either way.
I was just watching somebody's Instagram about people being diagnosed with colon cancer like earlier and earlier and how early detection is so important. Remember my friend Katie Harrell, who did the Southern Tea with me? She just went in for a colonoscopy and said that they found like a 10 millimeter polyp, and anything like 10 millimeters and above has a higher risk for colon cancer in the future.
That's terrifying. I'm friends with a survivor of colon cancer who's about my age, and she was misdiagnosed initially with IBS.
I had somebody on the Southern Tea, actually 2 girls that started this apparel company to support colon cancer. And they were talking about how that was like their first signs too.
Well, I'm highly concerned, and I'm hoping that after I get through this, it's like 3 to 5 days for your like full results for the scan or whatever. I'm going to figure out where to go for a colonoscopy. The problem that I'm running into that I know other people have experienced is certain doctors will like literally fight with you because you're not old enough or you don't fit the typical criteria to get a colonoscopy or get a mammogram or whatever the case may be. And unfortunately and fortunately for me in this situation, nobody in my family that I know of has ever had cancer. Like on my mom's side. Yeah, I know for a fact on my mom's side, like none of my grandparents have had cancer besides skin cancer, which I think was like, I hate to say it, but like self-inflicted, like in the sun with no sunscreen, like that kind of thing. But nobody's had, knock on wood, I can't speak for my dad's side. I don't know about my dad's side, but my mom's side has never had anything like that.
And completely unrelated news. You want me to tell you what I woke up to yesterday morning at 7 a.m.?
Yeah.
A text from Kristen saying, hey, can you call me whenever you get up? And I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, it's an emergency. And like, she doesn't want to tell me what it is.
That's the worst.
And I'm still like half asleep. So I call. And I'm like, yeah, like what's going on? And she goes, I said, text me. Okay, well, I fucking did. And I called and I said, what's going on? And she starts rambling off some shit about the IRS. And I'm like, why are we talking about the IRS at 7 a.m.? Like that seems a bit extreme. And she's like, I need to send a code to your phone. So I wanted to make sure you were like up and about and near your phone so I can send for the code. And she was like, tomorrow's tax day. And I was like, oh, so you're calling the IRS? Like I was literally still asleep.
You're like, oh, this is a nightmare I didn't want to wake up to.
So I actually woke up from a nightmare this morning, which I'm going to tell you about in a second. But also my next nightmare came at 7:15 this morning when Kristen texted me again and said, I need you to go to the bank and do X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, wasn't really on my to-do list to do today, but sure, hun, I'll go to the credit union.
I want to become a part of the credit union.
Right? And you know what? I'm just thrilled to say I am not going to be indicted on tax day.
No, and I'm not going to be indicted on tax day either.
Okay, so this nightmare that I woke up from this morning.
No, first of all, backtrack because I get a text from Lindsie. Let me pull this up. I got a text from Lindsie at 7:10 this morning, and it said, Kail, I just had the craziest dream about us last night and woke up crying. And I said, are you okay? And she said, no, I'm distraught.
I was crying this morning, and it felt like one of those dreams that feels like it lasts for like days on end.
Yeah, I hate those when they're just like they just rid you of anxiety, not rid you, fill you with anxiety.
Rig you. It rigs you. No, so I wake up and I'm like a sweaty mess and have tears rolling down my face. I really thought that we had been kidnapped. And I think that the reason that these dreams keep happening to me is because I am so obsessed with Harlan Coben's adaptations. So I just keep watching them over and over again. And that's what I go to bed to.
I don't know who that is.
It's an author.
Who is it?
Harlan Coben.
Oh, Harlan Coben. Oh, okay.
Coben. Harlan Coben. Yeah, that's who it is. I keep watching all of the shows that have been made from books because obviously I'm not going to read them all. And that's what I go to sleep to. And there's like all this crazy shit that's happening. So I think that I like get people on my mind when I'm going to bed and then they just become a part of this dream. So you and I were in this box truck, like in a large city, but like in the back of it, we did not have cell phones. So I have no idea like where they kidnapped us from.
Okay.
And we could hear them talking like in the front of the truck.
Oh, this sounds like it's straight out of a movie. It's like the movie Taken.
Literally, we were taken. And we were riding around and I kept trying to tell you, hey, we can figure out where we are if we just like remember the ways they're turning. Like we knew where we were. So remember like right, left, right. Okay.
Which is what they teach you to do if this ever happens.
Right? Mm-hmm. So we were just like in the back of this truck for such a long period of time and we never got out. And I woke up before we had escaped.
That's terrifying. That is truly terrifying and will have you anxious for the several days following that.
Listen, who would be brave enough to take both of us together? Like maybe one of us, but not together.
Lindsie has the brains and I think the cool, calm, and collectedness to be able to do right, left. And then I have the strength to like help bring this person down. Did I ever tell you about the time that I went to Panama and Hulk Nasty comes out, right? Like me and Lindsie get kidnapped together. She's the brains, I'm the strength, and we're getting out of this shit alive. Like that's a true movie, okay? Did I tell you about the time I went to Panama
City?
No, Panama, the country.
No, you went to Panama for real?
Yeah, I went to Panama. And Leah from Teen Mom was supposed to meet me there, and she cancels when I'm already there. Like, I land, get to my hotel, and she cancels, and she's like, hey, something came up. Like, I'm not gonna be able to make it, whatever. I'm pretty sure she did actually have her flights booked. Like, she was gonna come, and then something came up or whatever, right? So I'm there, meet other people that I like know there. And it just, not to sound bougie or anything, like, I'm not trying to be out of touch when I say this. Like, there was mold in the room. The sheets were wet. It was like,
I remember this. I remember.
Yeah.
It was
so
nasty.
It just like wasn't for me, that specific resort. I would love to go back to Panama another time and stay somewhere nice. Cause from what I've seen, it can be really nice, but that specific location was absolutely foul. So I decide I'm not staying here. I'm actually going to go back home. Book my flight to go back home. And I'm like, okay, I'm leaving at like 3 or 4 in the morning. So at this time I had my Ho phone. So I had 2 phones, and I'm scared to death because I don't know, like, I've never even been to Panama. I don't know anything about it. I don't know like what areas are safe and what are not, because every single country has that, including America. And so I hide a phone, because you just said in your dream we get kidnapped and we don't have phones. And this reminded me of the time where I'm like, okay, if something happens to me and they take my phone, they won't expect me to have another phone. So I hid, at the time I had huge boobs. I hid the phone under my boob, not just like in my shirt, like literally under my boob, because I'm like, okay, if they kidnap me and take my phone, I will have to be able to contact somebody from somewhere. So needless to say, if you ever go somewhere that you're very unsure, because I was traveling from in the middle of the night, like 4 a.m. was kind of crazy. You know what I mean? So should we wear air tags everywhere we go? Like, your nightmare is like giving me.
I told you about that mom that I saw at the park one time that had zip tied air tags to her kids.
I get it. Remember? Yeah.
Like, isn't that fucking nuts?
I put them in my kids' shoes.
This podcast is sponsored by Nurture Life. It is 2025, so I have a question. Are you still feeding your kids like it's 2005? Because Nurture Life is a meal delivery service that makes nutritious meals and snacks for your kids that they actually want to eat, and it gives parents the support that they need too. I love Nurture Life's whole menu. It is perfect for kids ages 10 months to 10 years old, and their fresh meals and snacks are delicious, nutritious, and fully cooked, which means they are ready to serve in just 1 minute. This is one of my favorite back to school hacks. I stock up on these meals.
Nurture Life is so good. My sister-in-law has been getting them for my nephew for quite some time now. I've tried every single meal that they offer because you have to do a taste test, and I'm truly jealous of his food. Nurture Life lets kids enjoy a healthy, nutritionally balanced diet while still eating all of their favorites like mac and cheese, spaghetti and meatballs, and so much more, so parents can be sure there's always a healthy meal that their little ones will love. That's why Nurture Life is the top meal delivery service for babies and kids, and it is even allergy friendly too, which is something that I am so passionate about. How Nurture Life works is so simple. You can choose from more than 50 varieties of nutritious, balanced meals on their menu. So we're talking finger foods for babies and toddlers to kids meals for older kids. And then Nurture Life does the cooking for you. The fresh meals are delivered straight to your door in refrigerated packaging. Plus, along with the full meal options, the Nurture Life menu includes on-the-go snacks, superfood smoothies so that kids can eat well no matter what they're in the mood to eat. And I can tell you, there has never been one meal that I have ordered from Nurture Life that is not good. So you guys can head to nurturelife.com/convos and use code convos for 55% off your first order plus free shipping. That's right, 55% off plus free shipping. Once again, that's nurturelife.com/convos, and make sure you use our promo code convos. Even if you aren't a parent with young kids, you might have parent friends who struggle with mealtime. Make sure that you share our code so that our show gets the credit. Remember, put your little ones first with healthy meals from Nurture Life.
Speaking of like hiding stuff in your bras, I've never been like put something in my bra girl.
Me neither, usually.
But I see people all the time, like you'll see them, they've got like a cell phone like tucked, you know, like down in there like that.
I put it in my waistband.
Oh yeah, see, I'll do a waistband too. But I wonder how many people are like, I've seen moms at the ballpark like pull dollars like out of their bra.
One of my cousins puts everything in her bra. Literally everything.
Why?
Don't know. Pack of cigarettes.
Kristen said I did that in the club days. Hands free.
Hands free. Well, I'm glad that you're okay. I'm glad that we didn't get kidnapped. Although we should film like a funny comedy movie where it's like for YouTube or something, you know, where we get kidnapped and how we would react.
The only time, since we're going down memory lane, the only time that anybody's ever canceled on me for a trip was when I landed in New York and you went home on a Sprinter van.
That was rough. That
Kristen
was
said on my birthday.
You know what? And when Lindsie canceled on me, or not Lindsie, when Leah canceled on me, that was also Teen Mom Days. So if there's one common denominator, let it be that.
Kristen said it was on my birthday, so we brunched together. I had nothing else to do. The bitch fucking left me.
That was wild. Wasn't Chelsea and Cole there? And then yeah.
Yeah. Kristen goes, I will never forget the Sprinter van. Kail was like, get me a Sprinter van.
Well, I brought all my kids, and I don't even remember what the reason why I left, like what the problem was.
I recall. Can we do an Am I the Asshole?
Can we do one? Yeah, sure can.
Okay, so this person says, my 30th birthday is on the 29th, which is a Tuesday. My husband is a firefighter, so he works 24 hours on and 48 hours off. He is off both Saturday and Sunday, the 26th and 27th, so we decided to have a get-together for my birthday on Saturday. I have been with my husband for 12 years and have never once had a party or celebrated my birthday other than the two of us going to dinner by choice, so this is a first. I'm only doing this because it's my 30th and my husband and our families wanted to celebrate. Well, the 26th is also my brother-in-law's birthday. He's turning 33, so I truly didn't think that it would be a big deal to have my party on that day. It's not a milestone. He's not a kid, and it was the day that worked best for us. Well, now my brother-in-law is upset. My husband sent out the invites, and he snapped back saying it's his birthday, and he was planning something too. I'm not offended at all if he doesn't come or wants to do his own thing. I totally get it. But am I the asshole for having mine on this day? Like I said, him being a grown adult and it not being a milestone birthday, I did not think it would be a big deal whatsoever, but he's pissed, called his mom immediately and bitched. She has my back though.
This one, I feel I see both sides because I do agree that like as adults, we can celebrate everybody's birthday at any point, right? Like, if we don't get together on your exact birthday as adults, we can celebrate 2 days later, a week later even, right? Mm-hmm. So if that unfortunately fell on his birthday and was the best day for them, like I do get that. But I also understand brother-in-law because what if that was the best day for him, but he wants to celebrate his birthday? So I see both sides of it. I don't think anyone's wrong. I think everyone can, like both things can be true.
See, I only see one side of it.
Which is what?
Hers.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. I feel like 30 is a big milestone.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, I can remember back whenever my parents turned 30, I thought they were ancient. And now I look at it now and I'm like, damn, they were actually really fucking young. I feel like with her husband's work schedule and the fact that he works 24 hours and then is off 48, I feel like that comes into huge play. So it would be probably an entire other week or 2 weeks before they could celebrate her 30th. And if they had already sent out invitations, it was already well known. So what's the problem with the brother-in-law celebrating his birthday on another day?
Fair. I mean, I agree. I agree with you. But I also see, you know, if the brother was like, what the fuck? Or, I mean, we are all adults, and I'm not saying that 30 is not a milestone, but like, could you not have just celebrated together?
Well, that too. Also, I want to know the people who are listening to this, who celebrates their birthday every year, like after 30?
I'm never celebrating my birthday again because I have the phobia of getting old. So don't literally like, unless we're celebrating the year before, like I can't, I don't want.
Oh my God.
My kids gave me a cake this year that it literally said 29.4.
Wait, stop.
I swear to God.
Kristen said her last birthday celebration was her 23rd and it was her wedding.
And that's also your golden year.
What is the golden year?
The 23rd.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Because, wait, am I crazy?
Is 23 the golden year?
Well, because her wedding was also on the 23rd.
That's what I was saying. My last birthday party was my wedding. It was my 23rd birthday party.
your birthday, your wedding, and your golden year, your 23rd.
I didn't know the golden year was 23.
Because you turn 23 on the 23rd.
Oh.
Wait, it says a golden birthday occurs when a person's age matches the day of the month that they were born on.
Okay.
So, for example, if someone was born on the 15th, their golden birthday would be their 15th birthday.
Yeah. So hers was the 23rd. It was her wedding and her 23rd birthday.
Is that
How
good
did
luck?
you know that?
Because that's just what I've always heard that. Like, I've always heard, like, and like 14 is my favorite number. I actually had a conversation with one of my guy friends today. I was like, he was sending me something and I said, is that your favorite number? Like, why are you using that? I said, normally everyone's favorite birthday is their birthday, right? Like, isn't everyone's favorite number their birthday?
No. That would be mine's 17.
Right. Mine's 14. My favorite number has always been 14.
But is it because your birthday?
Yes.
That's like where you came up with your favorite number?
Yeah. And when I couldn't get that number for lacrosse, like when I played lacrosse in high school, my first, because I moved high schools in 10th grade, so I had to get a lacrosse number in 10th grade. A girl named Amanda was already on varsity in our 10th grade year, and she picked 14. So I doubled it and made it 28. But the only way to rationalize it in my head was, okay, well, what is it, like integers? Like 14 is an integer of 28. So I was like, okay, that's basically the same. You cut it in half. So that's how it became Lowry 28.
That's so interesting. My favorite number has always been like between 4 and 5.
Okay. Lux tries to get number 4 for his sports because that's his dad's favorite number.
Oh. And Lux and I are like the same people.
Yeah. He's so funny. Yesterday we were walking into school. Like, I don't know if Jackson School has this, but you can get in the car rider line or you can park in the parking lot and walk over.
Yeah, we have that.
And so ever since I am trying to like get more steps in and like just whatever, I park and walk. I've been doing that for several months now. And we see Elijah's first cousin, who his son goes to Lux's school, and he's always in a good mood in the morning. And I'm like, Sean, you are always in a good mood. Like, what the fuck? And he's like, I have to be. I take lion's mane. And Lux was like, oh, you should give that to Elijah. Like, if that's not a Lindsie Chrisley thing to say.
Wait, but like, what does lion's mane do for your mood?
I guess it's a mood booster. I don't know. I have no idea. I know it helps protect brain cells, allegedly.
Well, I need that because I don't like anybody to specifically talk to me for 2 hours. Once I've been awake for 2 hours, then you can talk to me.
Well, what's so funny is that you and I were talking about going to New York together. And I said to Kristen, I was like, could we do an episode while we're getting ready? Because for time purposes, we won't have time anywhere else to like do all the things. And I was like, so we could do 2 for 1. And she goes, Lindsie doesn't want people to talk to her while she's getting ready. So how is that going to work? Like,
I mean,
you're right.
I guess if the listeners want it, I'll do it. But I don't love it.
You don't, but I don't love it. I don't love it.
It's just kind of like an unnecessary thing. Like, why the fuck are we talking?
Like, let's just be quiet.
Like, is your head not loud enough that you're like, there's enough going on?
Is your head not loud enough? Is your head not loud enough? Like, do you have voices in your head and they're like, shh?
It's like all of a sudden I like have some type of mental disorder that I find out about.
I mean, after I get this scan, it's over. Like, we might be finding out some stuff.
No, does your brain like not talk to you in the morning?
Is it called internal dialogue? I have it all day, every day.
You do?
Compare brain damage. Yeah, I talk to myself all day. Like, some people don't have that voice where you can like when I talk to myself in my head, it's my own voice like talking to me.
Yeah, it's like audible. Like you can hear yourself.
Yes, right? And I like I can talk about my farm animals right now inside my head, but some people don't have that.
Why?
It was this whole thing. Hold on. Do some people not have internal dialogue? Yes, some people do not have a constant internal dialogue, also known as an inner monologue or inner voice. Research suggests that this is a normal variation in how people think and process information. Estimates vary, but some studies suggest that 30 to 50% of individuals may not experience an inner voice.
Okay, but I wonder if that
has anything to do with like extroverts or introverts, because I would consider us both somewhat introverted and we both have it.
Yeah. I don't know.
When I tell you in the morning when I wake up, I can hear myself talking, but like nothing's coming out. It's like in my brain.
Yes, I have that all the time.
And I'll be like, and it's not, people are going to say, oh, Lindsie, that's just you thinking. No, it's my brain cells talking to me.
Like we're talking to ourselves.
It's like, okay, brush your teeth, wash your face, pack lunch, wake Jackson up, shower, get on Pilates clothes, start a load of laundry, like all those things. Kristen goes, that's called ADHD.
Wait, I don't blame my everything that I do on ADHD, but that could be ADHD.
I think it's trauma.
It might be.
I think a lot of it is trauma, or it's just like we're very overstimulated people also. So is it the overstimulation that we don't want to hear like another voice? So we just listen to ourselves talk in our brain.
Maybe.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe it's a combo. Maybe all the things are true.
Okay, Lindsie, you have been telling me about the Go Pure Tighten and Lift Neck Cream.
I love the Tighten and Lift Neck Cream. It became a summer staple for me, and I'm going to carry it throughout the entire year. It is powered by clinically proven active ingredient. It is an advanced formula that is designed visibly to firm, smooth, and rejuvenate the delicate skin on your neck and chest in as little as 4 to 8 weeks. And I can tell you, I truly started noticing a difference around week 4 for me.
Just a little PSA to everybody out there, in case you did not know that the skin on your neck, super important to take care of. It is thinner, it's more delicate, it is less oily than the skin on your face, which means that it does need some extra love, especially in the sun and heat. GoPure's firming complex targets the unique concerns of the neck while nourishing and strengthening your skin for a more lifted, youthful look so you can feel confident showing a little more skin this summer. I also love that all of GoPure's products are cruelty-free, paraben-free, and sulfate-free, so you know you're giving your skin clean, effective care without the harsh chemicals or compromises.
With over 1 million jars sold, this beauty secret is no longer a secret. For a limited time, our listeners get 25% off GoPure with code COFFEE at checkout. Just head to gopurebeauty.com, use code COFFEE, and you're all set. And after you buy, make sure that you guys please do us a favor. When they ask where you heard about GoPure, tell them it was from our show.
Lindsie, I know Jackson has been back in school for a little bit of time, but the kids up here, it's so hard to believe the new school year is about to start for them. Parents, if you are looking for the best fit for your child this year, there is still time. With K-12 powered schools, you can help your child succeed now and in the future with online education options tailored to their unique needs, interests, and schedules. You absolutely need to check this out.
K-12 powered schools are accredited, tuition-free online public schools for students in kindergarten through 12th grade. They are designed with an engaging curriculum that supports individual learning styles. K-12 has been a leader in online education for over 25 years, helping students gain the skills that they need to thrive in the future. With K-12, school can be anywhere there is internet access, so it's helping your students stay consistent no matter the circumstances. K-12 has state-certified teachers specially trained in teaching online. They receive ongoing professional development to stay current in the most effective instructional methods, and they make learning interactive with hands-on innovative technology.
K-12 even offers social opportunities, extracurricular activities, and in-person events, which is so cool. You can join the more than 3 million families who have chosen K-12 and empower your student to reach their full potential now. There is still time to enroll for this school year. Go to k12.com/Coffee Convos today to find a tuition-free K-12 powered school near you and enroll now. That's the letter K, the number 12.com/Coffee Convos, k12.com/Coffee Convos.
I have to tell you, did you know that U.S. egg prices have increased to a record high?
No, but I do know that I'm one of the only ones on this whole fucking road right here that has chickens, visible chickens for everyone to see. But somehow, if my chicken indeed flew the coop, why my neighbor didn't walk their happy asses over here, knock on my door and say, hey, I think this might be yours, or just put the chicken back over the fence is beyond me.
Well, was the chicken like dropping eggs other places?
No, the chicken is not laying eggs yet because she's still pretty small. But
still a baby.
Literally, the neighbor messaged me back on Facebook and was like, I didn't know where it came from. Take a look around. Like, that's my chicken.
What is that from? That's from a movie. Take a look around.
Take a look around. Do you see it anywhere? I don't know.
It's with that woman who died of that weird like illness that nobody could figure out.
What?
Yeah, it's the little girl in that movie that is it something Bell? Her last name Bell?
I have no idea.
Hold on. Now that's going to drive me crazy. Take a look around. Wait, see if we can find the clip. Oh, why is it coming up Limp Bizkit when I type in take a look around?
Take a look around.
Kristen, do you know what we're talking about? It was like a reel. It was like a viral reel too. Oh, it's Dakota Fanning.
She didn't die.
No, but I think the mom that was like in that movie did die.
Oh, Brittany Murphy?
Brittany Murphy. That's who it was.
Oh, well, it's just so obvious. Like, let me not say that nobody else on this road has chickens, but you can see my chickens. Like, you know that I have chickens, goats, pigs. Like, you can see them. So the fact that man got on Facebook and messaged me back and said, I didn't know where it came from. If my chicken flew the coop and you didn't know where it came from, or you thought, oh, I don't know where this chicken came from, why did you, go ahead.
Take a look around. Do you see her anywhere? News flash. You're not gonna.
That's you.
That's why I was like, are we missing a chicken? Take a look around. Do you see her anywhere? But I was so pissed. I'm like, well, I don't understand. If you did not know where that chicken came from and you see, like, these are my neighbors directly across the street. Like, I can see their house from where I'm sitting right now. And you're telling me that you didn't know where that chicken came from.
Are we like friendly with the neighbors to the point where you might like borrow butter or?
No, but like, no, I wouldn't borrow butter from them. But like, if their kids came over here, they like, I don't know, like they don't bother me. We don't bother them. So to me, I'm like, if you didn't know where the chicken came from and you see my chickens from out your window.
Yeah. Seems like chicken theft, to be perfectly honest.
Well, it's just like because if I've had flowers delivered, like somebody has sent me flowers and they went over there on accident, they've come over here to give me my flowers.
Well, I just want to let you know that you can make a killing off of your eggs.
I know. I have an egg stand out there.
Yeah, but are you making anything off of it?
Yes, I make money. People, I have like, you can do the
like
honors.
How much money?
We sell 18 eggs, so a dozen and a half for $6. And a dozen is $4.50.
See, I feel like that's very low, and you're getting robbed because
because at the store they're $10.
It says U.S. egg prices increased again last month to reach a new record high of $6.23 per dozen, despite President Trump's predictions, a drop in wholesale prices, and no egg farms having bird flu outbreaks. This increase was reported in the Consumer Price Index, means consumers and businesses that rely on eggs might not get much immediate relief. Demand for eggs is typically elevated until after Easter, which falls on April 20th. Then I saw this TikTok where people were like, I'm not going to be able to afford eggs to dye them for my kids for Easter.
Well, you can stop by my egg stand. If there's no eggs, you can text the work line number on the sign. And we have duck eggs that are good for baking. We have chicken eggs.
What do duck eggs taste like?
They taste the same, but they're just a lot bigger.
Okay, but listen to this. I'm looking at this graph, and it shows January of 2000, eggs were 98 cents for a carton.
What is it?
In January of 2000, 98 cents for a dozen eggs. And now it's all the way up in February of 2025. No, March 2025, $6.23. Bitch, that's highway robbery.
$6. Okay, so we sell, hold on, let me pull up the prices. I actually think we do a dozen for $4 and 18 for $6. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but y'all's are fresh raised and like stamped. So
what's crazy, when I took full circle moment in this episode, because when I took Isaac to lunch today at Panera, he said, when he eats eggs here versus because he puts them in his salads. He loves to boil eggs and put them in his salad. He said that the taste is different and the color is different when he goes to his dad's and he makes a salad, when he boils the eggs that are like, I don't know what the process is that they do. And I said, why don't you take eggs from over here? Why don't you take them to your dad's? Because, maybe if you're eating them, like, why not?
Aren't fresh eggs a lot more like orange in color?
Mm-hmm.
They're like more vibrant, right?
Yep. And he said he could taste the difference. I don't eat eggs like that. I do like a good hard boiled egg or a deviled egg. So I don't really remember what store-bought eggs even taste like.
I don't really eat eggs that much in general. No, I will fuck up a deviled egg. And completely unrelated news, I saw this article on parents and I thought you would be interested in it. It says the number of people over 40 giving birth surpasses teens for the first time.
This episode is full of surprises.
Right?
This episode is full of surprises. Oh my gosh. So there are more births happening to 40-year-olds than to teenagers.
Yes, it says just a few decades ago, the idea of having kids in your 40s was nearly unheard of. Nowadays, though, having kids in your 40s is fairly standard. More and more couples consider waiting having kids in order to travel, work, or just keep their lives calm before the chaos starts, and this idea is no longer taboo. New data from the National Center of Health Statistics proves just how much this trend has increased over the past few years, and research shows that more parents than ever are starting families well into their 40s. The NCHS study looked at birth rates among different demographics of Americans, including what age groups are having kids, and here's what it found. That the birth rate is declining. The first part of the study, which was released in early March, found that people are having fewer children than ever. Between 1990 and 2023, the number of babies born in the U.S. dropped by 14%. The data also showed that the number is continuing to decline. For example, parents in the U.S. had an average of 1.66 children in both 2021 and 2022. In 2023, that average dropped to 1.62 children.
I have a lot of feelings about this because I feel like I'm happy for people. Like, obviously I'm not included in the people who are like having a hard time trying or like have to go through IVF and have fertility issues. And that's why they're having children into their 30s and 40s. But I'm for the people who are like really considering and planning and like doing their best to like have like that dynamic nuclear, what did you call it? Yeah. Like the nuclear family. Like, I'm happy for them because they are getting to travel and they're able to kind of get their lives together before they bring, because I think people underestimate even 1 child, 3 children, 5 children, whatever it is. They're all fucking hard. They're exhausting. And it really does flip your world upside down. So in some ways, I'm really happy for these people.
But can you imagine? I can't take my life back of what I've lived and try to imagine what it would be like at 33 and not a mom of an already 10-year-old.
Yeah. I mean, because I think about now, like my 15-year-old versus my 1-year-olds, like it's crazy. Like I can't imagine starting my motherhood journey now with my twins. Like, right. Like if I didn't have my other kids and I was having them now, like that would be really crazy to have them now that I'm 33 and then starting, but they don't know any different. When you're starting in your 30s, your late 30s, your 40s, you don't know any different.
Well, it says why more parents are giving birth later in life. It says there's many reasons why parents are choosing to have babies later in life, but all of them add up to more people are becoming first-time parents after 40. Advances in fertility technology, the fact that fertility care has advanced so much over the decades has meant that having babies in this age is more feasible and less risk to health of the pregnant person. It says financial constraints get in the way too. The rising cost of living and paying for childcare is another factor. Many parents want to be more financially stable before starting a family. And I totally agree with that. I grew up with my nanny saying, oh, well, if you wait until the perfect time, like you'll never do it. But I love the fact that people are thinking about that stuff. Like I had Jackson with the mentality of we'll just figure it out.
That's what I was going to say. Like, I think that years ago, it was easier to say, okay, this is going to be hard, especially financially, it's going to be hard, but we'll be able to figure it out. Like you just got done saying that eggs in 2000 were 98 cents for a carton, right? Like we're going to figure it out. Yep. But today we're talking about $6 for a dozen of eggs. And that's just like on the like smaller scale. When we're talking about And then you bring into, take into account that like the older you get, the higher chances of multiples. Also with IVF, there's a higher chance of, if you implant more than one embryo, higher chance of multiples. So when you're thinking about like stability, your financial well-being and things like that, you have to take that into consideration. I mean, I couldn't imagine somebody on $50,000, $60,000 salary trying to have 7 kids and paying for childcare.
I couldn't either.
Okay, Lindsie, can we take a second to talk about intimates? Because I was seeing questions all over our Facebook group asking what intimates that we recommend. I don't know about you, but I have struggled for such a long time to find intimates that I actually love. Just like different fabrics and seams and all different types of things were not working out for me. So it was driving me absolutely crazy. And that was all before you guys actually introduced me to Skims, and I will never wear anything else.
I absolutely love Skims, and I would tell anyone, if you are looking for comfortable fabric, Skims is the place to go. It is my now go-to for bras and for thongs. I know that I was not a big underwear wearer before I started using Skims, but their Fits Everybody thong, it's high-waisted, and I think it is so flattering. So whether you're just bouncing around your bedroom and you're just wearing bra and underwear, or you want to just look cute underneath when you're putting on a cute outfit, this is the best thong ever.
I absolutely am obsessed. I have a couple of the Fits Everybody thongs, and I wasn't an underwear wearer either, but sometimes it just calls for it, and these are so comfortable. I also have the Fits Everybody triangle bralette, which this is my favorite bra to wear throughout the day at my house.
I also have the Fits Everybody triangle bralette, and I do wear it with the Fits Everybody thong, and it is just such a cute look, but it is the most comfortable thing that I've ever put on my body. So you guys can shop our favorite bras and underwear at skims.com. After you place your order, be sure to let them know that we sent you. Select podcast in the survey, and be sure to select our show in the drop-down menu that follows.
Something that I've really gotten into is these caregivers for child at-home daycares on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the prices that they say that they're charging families to watch their kids for the week. I saw this one girl said that it was $1,500 a week for an at-home daycare. Now, that could be extremely high. I've never had Jackson in daycare, so I don't know what the prices and stuff like that look like. But $1,500 for an at-home daycare a week.
No.
And then it pisses me off because I'll see them on there serving lunch that they had yesterday, reserving it the next day. And I'm like, for that price, our kids should be getting something very different.
I think I've said it before on the podcast. My kids that go to private school from September to May, so not even September to June, is $12,000 per child. And I'm about to have 3 of them in at the same time, starting in the fall. So right there alone is $36,000. And that's not even for a 9 to 5 work day.
That's play care.
That's play care. So, we're talking about socialization here, and that doesn't come with snacks or served meals. I have to send everything. I have to send the snacks, send the drinks, send the water bottles, send the lunch. There is no, and so I think before, even when I was a teenager and I had a baby, it was, we will figure this out.
Mm-hmm.
Today, I don't think people can have the same mentality.
You know what's so weird too? I think about back when I was in church daycare, when I was a little kid before my parents divorced. Everybody was served the exact same snack. It was provided by the daycare. Now, that is completely unheard of. When Jackson went to church preschool, everybody brought their own snack. Everybody brought their own lunch.
Yep.
What do you think about that, though?
Well, what's interesting is, did I ever tell you that, I emailed Tavi and I was like, hey, here's what you owe for half the lunch account or whatever. And he was like, I thought it was free. Where the kids go to school, public school, kindergarten to 3rd grade is free lunch. But then at 4th grade, it's no longer free lunch anymore. It's hard because now as time goes on, more people have allergies to certain things. And I think the peanut allergy and tree nut allergy is inflated now. I don't know if inflated is the right word for it. So that's going to play a factor. COVID played a factor. So, and then I also think the cost of food and eggs, you were describing, is so impossible to be able to offer that expense included in your tuition or your daycare or play care or whatever. it's so expensive that they can't even offer it anymore.
Listen, play care sends me. I'm like, the only way people can do play care is if they are work from home parents to some extent, or they have family members that can go and be responsible for picking up certain days of the week, because there's just no way that people who are working corporate jobs, going to a job 9 to 5, 8 to 4, whatever it is, that would be feasible for them.
No, I do see a lot of grandparents helping whenever at my kids' school. But even still, yeah, I mean, it's unless you're paying the extra to make sure that they're there until, because it is open until 5 or 6, but you know, the programs that they offer with like certain prices are for only a certain amount of hours. So like in June, I'll have 5 kids that go there from 8 to 12 just to have like a summer camp option or like to do something. Cause I mean, we have to keep that in mind too, is like our jobs don't stop in the summertime.
Kristen said that's like the AM, PM kindergarten. I did AM or PM kindergarten when I started school.
I think I went full day kindergarten.
Wait, what year would you have gone to kindergarten?
97, 98.
I think I went, if I was born in 89, then I would have gone, what, in 95?
I think so.
Yeah, and they did AM, PM sessions, but I'm like, where did they come up with that plan? Like, what the fuck was going on in the 90s where we were getting eggs for 98 cents a carton and we had AM, PM kindergarten?
I don't think I could. Please don't bring back AM, PM kindergarten. Please don't do that.
Bring
Please.
back the 90s, but not AM, PM kindergarten.
Correct.
I'm not signing up for that shit. Wait, have you seen this trend on TikTok called sleepmaxing?
No, what is sleepmaxing?
Yeah, so it says if you've got a teen or a preteen at home, you may already be familiar with the sleepmaxing TikTok trend aiming for optimal sleep. And here's how it can help your family to wake up well rested. So this article is from CNN and it says, what's sleepmaxing? Experts weigh in on this social media trend. It said, did you remember to wear your red light glasses, eat 2 kiwi fruit, take your supplements, insert your nostril expanders, and make sure that your room is completely dark before heading to bed? Did you do that, Kail?
No.
You didn't?
No, I've never. I mean, I make sure my room is completely dark.
So it says, forget the simple bedtime routine of brushing your teeth, washing your face, and putting on the pajamas. Now people in search of the perfect sleep routine are adding steps that can include supplements, specific foods, certain apps and other devices, and a layered beauty routine. For some, these practices are part of a regimen called sleepmaxing, a collection of activities, products, or hacks that are used simultaneously to optimize sleep quality and quantity.
Yeah, I mean, when I was in therapy, like intense therapy, which I start again this week, just so you guys know, in case you're wondering, I'm back in therapy. Took some time off and now she's back. She would tell me to like get into a routine, specific routine. And now what's fucked up is like, if I'm in like a weird, like medium tired situation and I start reading my Kindle or even a book in general, I will literally fall asleep because that is part of my like sleep routine. Mm-hmm. So I'll literally be like barely hanging on, like nodding off while I'm reading because it's like part of the thing.
I feel like a lot of therapists probably tell their clients or patients, whatever they call them, to make sure that they have a sleep routine that can happen every single night consistently the same way.
It's hard.
My therapist has told me that, and my therapist has told me that.
It's hard because it just doesn't sound like it. It's like, yeah. It's like one of those things where you're like in one ear out the other. But I do feel like if you actually are committed to therapy and like whatever goal you're trying to achieve with like sleeping well, if you actually do that with consistency, it really does fucking work. It's not, people are not just telling us this just to hear themselves talk. Like it really does work.
Well, if you need any tips and tricks for the kids, it says some sleep maxing tips are evidence-based. Many of the practices include in sleep maxing focus on basic habits that experts have long touted as the holy grail for sleep health. Those tried and true tactics include sleeping in cool, dark, quiet room, limited screen time and exposure to bright lights before bed, not drinking alcohol or caffeine in the several hours before bed, and having a regular bedtime and wake up time. Cool temperature, which should be anywhere between 60 and 67 degrees, is conducive to the natural cool down your body needs to prepare you for sleep.
Yep. That makes sense to me.
It also says blue light from screens and other sources can keep your brain awake and interfere with the production of melatonin, the sleep hormone, and alcohol can cause restless sleep throughout the night. I regularly go to bed with my TV on.
I also have my TV on. I also don't use melatonin, not against it, but I just don't need it. Usually I'm tired, really tired.
I'm against Melly time.
Are you?
Mm-hmm. I wasn't always. Like, I used to give it to Jackson. Mm-hmm. And then when I talked to his pediatrician, we just made the decision that we weren't going to use melatonin for various different factors that you can research.
Yeah, I've researched a couple things, and I think as needed, or like adults that can figure it out, but kids, it's a little iffy. But also, if it works for somebody else, I'm not here to judge, or like whatever works for you guys. Husband books vacation with kids without his wife. How do we feel about this?
Wait, what?
Woman told her husband they couldn't afford vacation this year, so he booked a trip with their kids without her.
Well, I think just from that knowledge alone, that's a marriage problem because their finances aren't in line with each other.
Her husband says, and I quote, "He works hard and deserves a decent holiday." So the woman says she told her husband she doesn't think they should splurge on their annual family vacation this year because they need to pay for an extensive home renovation. The woman who shared her story on the UK-based community site mumsnet.com says that her husband said that he works hard and deserves a decent holiday. So he booked tickets for himself and their 2 teens without her. And the woman is now seeking advice from her fellow community members about how she should handle the situation. She wrote, "Most years we do an interrailing holiday around Europe, visiting several countries in a mix of sleeper trains and 4-star hotels. We always fly back from where we've reached with a budget airline, and usually costs more than a standard 2-week all-inclusive resort type of holiday because the cost of eating out, travel, etc. But they love it. That's like something they're normally doing." She went on to share that this year they are spending at least $75,000 on an extensive home renovation. We have no savings, and the renovations will be added to our mortgage. And because of this, the woman said that she suggested that they plan a domestic vacation this year instead of going abroad in order to save money for the unexpected cost that the renovations will kick up. And the woman added that her husband refused, telling her he works hard and deserves the vacation. She said that they have been arguing for weeks and ultimately said she would not join him on a costly international trip, to which he said he'd book a trip regardless. Quote, "Last week he told the kids I didn't want to go on holiday and asked them to choose, go with him or stay with me," she continued, revealing that her daughter chose to go on the trip and her son chose to stay home with her.
I feel like there's so many things that are unfair about that situation.
This would be for me, this entire situation would be grounds for divorce for the sole fact that it says, to add insult to injury, the woman said that now her husband is dropping digs at her in front of the kids, saying, "I don't understand how money works and that I don't work as hard as him. And that's unbearable. I really don't know what to do." I'll tell you what, I don't give a fuck which baby dad I was with. If this situation happened and we're out here paying, for $75,000 in renovations and that's going to be added on to the mortgage, we're not going on an international trip. I do feel like a domestic trip was the compromise. Like, that is a compromise. And if you want to have this home renovation, you have to sacrifice. And I feel like domestic, even just like a staycation somewhere local and going to do local things as a family would be a compromise.
I feel like there's always something that comes up when you're a homeowner, right? So anything unexpected could come up. Seems as if this project is going to be underway. They are set to spend the $75,000. They're wrapping that into their mortgage, which is going to increase their mortgage however much a month. They are not financially aligned. Mm-hmm. At the point that there is a financial dispute in a marriage, to me, if it cannot be resolved amicably, that is grounds for a divorce.
Coffee Convos podcast is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy. Just drop in some details about yourself and see if you're eligible to save money when you bundle your home and auto policies. The process only takes minutes and it could mean hundreds more in your pocket.
Visit progressive.com after this episode to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
All right, if you're anything like me, I know that I am the type of person that was not aware of how much that I was spending each month and how many subscriptions that I was paying for, how much I was spending on takeout or delivery. It's probably more than what you think because it absolutely was for me. But there is an app that is designed to help you manage your money better, and that is Rocket Money. We talk a lot about Rocket Money on this podcast. If you have never heard of it, Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so that you can grow your savings.
I love Rocket Money. This is my number one budgeting tip that I give to everyone to start off anytime I'm asked. Rocket Money shows you all of your expenses in one place, including subscriptions that you may have forgotten about or signed up for and didn't realize that it was charging you off of a free trial, which Lindsie is the queen of. If you see a subscription you no longer want, Rocket Money will also help you cancel it, which is amazing. I'm obsessed with their dashboard. It lays out your total financial picture for you, including bill pay due dates and paydays in a way that is super easy to digest. You can get alerts if your bills increase in price, if there's unusual activity in your accounts, if you're close to going over budget, and even when you're doing a good job, which is fantastic. Rocket Money's 5 million members have saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, with members saving up to $740 a year when they use all of the app's premium features.
Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/Coffee Convos today. That's rocketmoney.com/Coffee Convos, rocketmoney.com/Coffee Convos.
Because especially, we don't know whose money is whose, but at the end of the day, if you're married, what's mine is yours, what's yours is mine. If he's going to throw shots like you don't work as hard as me, you're telling me how you really feel with the financials not even being part of the equation. You're telling me how you really feel about me. And if you're going to ask the kids who they want to, what they want to do and where they want to go, and you're throwing shots at me in front of them, why are we married?
But kids also, in my opinion, should not be involved in conversations like that when it deals specifically with finances because they aren't contributors to those finances.
Right. So they don't know what the dynamic is necessarily. And maybe they shouldn't even know what especially as a teenager, like putting that type of adult problem or conversation or things like that on the kids is crazy. So for me, fuck no.
I mean, I would literally file for divorce or something like that.
No, I absolutely would. I absolutely would.
But I want to take this conversation a step further. You have built everything that you have on your own. Do you feel like if you got married that you would be perfectly okay to say what is mine is yours?
I do. I have. I don't throw that in someone's face. But what you're talking about, to me, that's what we talk about for a prenup. It's like we're each coming to the table with these things. So this is mine and this is yours. But when, we have that in the prenup, and then whatever we do together from the point we're married and forward is ours.
I agree with that.
So that's sort of where I'm coming from, where I don't know what they each came to the table with. If they have teenagers, I'm assuming that a lot of what they have is like theirs together.
Yeah.
So like, I'll use Elijah as an example. He was working in concrete. He has a house. Do you know what I'm saying? So for me, I'm not going to try to take what he brought to the table. He's not going to try to take what I brought to the table, but anything that we created while together, what's his is his and what's mine is mine. And anything that we created together is shared joint. In this particular scenario, in the article, I would say like, I'm just considering it to be both theirs, not like his or hers.
I mean, I would agree. And I also think, okay, for example, like if you had two incomes in a household, right? Mm-hmm. Let's just play not our incomes, nothing. Two incomes in a household. You both are working normal jobs and your dishwasher goes out. Are you pulling that from joint?
Yes.
Yeah. I say pull that from joint. Mm-hmm. I have heard people argue over stuff like that where it's like, no, you're paying for that.
Okay. So was it you? Somebody told me something. Maybe it was Becky. Somebody told me something where it's like, how people talk about 50-50 when they're in a relationship, or are we going to share bank accounts? Are we not going to share bank accounts? And it's like taking a percentage, say we'll use 20% or 30%. I get into a relationship with someone and we're each going to put in 30% of our check that month into a joint account. No, it is absolutely not going to be 50-50, and we can't expect it to be. But in order for it to be fair, it's like, we can each afford 15% or 30%. And that is how it becomes fair instead of doing this 50-50 thing.
No, I agree with that, because then it's just taking a percentage of what each person's bringing to the table. That percentage hits you in a different way, just like the other percentage hits them in the same, but like a different way. Does that make sense?
I mean, how many people do we really know? And I would love to know from our listeners. Like, if you guys could leave this in the comments somewhere, email it to us. I don't know. What are the chances that you're marrying someone or just even in a partnership with someone who makes exactly what you make? I don't know any single couple, literally don't know any single couple that makes the same amount or within 5,000 to 10,000 of the same amount. I've never met a couple that is within that close of a financial situation.
The only people that I could ever think of would be like two doctors, maybe.
Right.
You know,
but even that
in the same industry, but there's still a discrepancy there too, depending on what type of doctor you are.
Same for lawyers.
Oh yeah. Like it could be a huge discrepancy. I would love to know what everybody is going to say about this, because I feel like it's going to be mixed reviews.
I'll be curious. We'll do a whole segment on it.
Okay, so this second person, Am I the Asshole, says, as I've become older, I've become more cautious on who I sleep with. I have a huge fear of ever catching an STD, STI from someone. It has never happened, nor do I ever want it to happen. Would it be unreasonable for me to ask this new man I'm seeing to take an STD test before I sleep with him? I've never done this before, and I wasn't sure how weird it might be to ask someone to do that, especially when I know most men don't ever get tested. I don't know.
I'm for it.
I don't know about most men never getting tested, because any person that I've ever been with was a regular tester.
I would say ask for it. I mean, if he says no, that's all you need to know.
Yeah.
And condoms don't prevent everything. So my suggestion is, it sucks to do it, but I mean, if he's offended, you don't want to sleep with him anyway. If he's compliant and willing to do it, he probably is going to respect you for asking and also be willing to do it. And that'll tell you a lot of information right there by itself.
I'm going to go with, she is not an asshole. I feel like that should be common practice within a dating relationship, that you should be able to get that provided to you.
100%. 100%.
Just instead, if he's not, he has an STD for sure.
Or he's scared to find out if he has one.
Yeah. But wait, have you ever heard that most men don't get tested?
I've never heard whether they do or don't. I also think that a lot of men are unaware that STDs can lay dormant and you can carry an STD without having symptoms. Where on the other hand, I feel like because women have to go to the OBGYN or the GYN yearly or whatever the case may be, we're more aware of those things. And so we know that whether we've had one or not, we know that they can lay dormant. And I think men are just so fucking stupid sometimes that they don't even think about the fact that, like, oh, I could spread this without even knowing I had it in the first place.
Yeah, because I feel like most men, if I was in the mind of a man, they'd be like, oh, well, I don't have a rash or anything, so my dick's fine.
Yeah, like, oh, I don't have discharge, so I'm fine. It's like, you might not have symptoms, turn around, spread it to this woman, and then she has symptoms and you never did, and you're the one that gave it to her. God,
can you imagine, like, dick discharge?
No. Do men get dick discharge?
Ew.
Yeah. I'm
scared to look it up because it's going to be a photo.
When men have STDs, do they get discharge? Penile discharge can be a symptom of several conditions, including STIs like chlamydia, gonorrhea, and trichomonas. Trick.
Oh my God.
Did you look up pictures?
Yeah. Ew. Oh, wow. Do you see this?
I'm disgusted.
No one looked this up. Ew, why is this on there? Are you fucking kidding? You know what? I hate the internet. I really hate the internet. Ew. Look at that. Those person's fingers.
That's the one that I pulled up.
I'm fucking gagging. Okay. I never want to see a dick ever one other time in my life. On that note, we have foul play.
All right, this was my first time to attend the Houston Rodeo, carnival side. As many might know, porta potties, you spread them legs wide and hover. Great, right? Well, I'm 4'11". Although wearing platforms, I'm still short and bottom heavy. So after doing my business, my husband and I wash our hands and head to the next ride, the Ferris wheel. The entrance we took to get on a solo pod was a flight of stairs. My husband gasps and said, hurry up. You have something on your leg. Don't touch it. Just keep it moving. I, in immediate panic, think, oh my God, it's toilet paper. No, bitch. Worse. So much fucking worse. Here I am thinking we were about to have a cute makeout session on a Ferris wheel to find out that I have someone else's shit on the back of my leg. Internally, I was screaming and embarrassed as fuck. We got off the ride as soon as it stopped and washed my leg off and doused it in hand sanitizer. I'm scarred for life and I don't even think my legs touched anything. And here I am thinking I'll never have a foul play. We were leaving tonight and I told my husband the shit that happened here stays here. Don't tell a soul. I'm dead. Enjoy my foul play. I'm hopping in the shower now to scrub my skin off. She did this in real time. She was like, let me tell Coffee Convos.
God, listen, I hate going to places like that, like fairs, rodeos, carnivals. There's nowhere to take a good piss or shit.
No.
And I saw you and Becky on TikTok talking about the toilets.
Oh.
None of those toilets seemed appealing to
No.
me. And the fact that y'all rated a porta potty so high really causes me a great deal of alarm because, bitch, there has never been one time that I've been into a porta potty that it did not send me to the possible ER or possibly like a state of psychosis.
Listen, at soccer practice and football, there's porta potties, and I would just rather hold it or even possibly pee on myself than to go into one of those. Because 9 times out of 10, they don't have toilet paper, they're disgusting, and they're out of hand sanitizer. And in my opinion, you cannot replace hand washing with hand sanitizer. My hands do not feel clean just from using hand sanitizer. Like, yes, you're killing the germ, but if you have shit on your hands and then you use hand sanitizer, yeah, you might kill the bacteria, but the shit is still on your hands.
I 1000% agree. I don't think hand sanitizer is an end all be all. Now, I do think that it is great if you're in a pinch and you have nothing else and you can't wash your hands. Like, I'm going to use the sanitizer, but I'm a big time hand washer and I will rub my skin off.
Yeah, I just prefer, like, I carry hand sanitizer, but I prefer
But could you imagine going into a porta potty and your boyfriend walking behind you and he sees somebody else's shit on your legs?
No, because what if he thought it was my shit?
Anybody that has ever been with you would assume it was your shit, including me. Okay, you guys, voting for the Webby Awards ends today. We cannot bring it home without our kitty gang. Visit vote.webbyawards.com and search Coffee Convos podcast to vote for us. We will also put the link in the description of the episode and on our social media. We love you guys. Thank you for always supporting the show. Please subscribe and review on the Apple Podcast app, follow and rate on Spotify, or listen wherever you get your podcasts. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and join our Facebook group to connect with us and our community. We hope you guys have a great week and we'll talk to you soon.
See ya.
Just when you thought summer couldn't get any hotter, Pluto TV is turning up the heat with thousands of free movies. Presenting Summer of Cinema. Stream your favorite blockbuster films like Gladiator,
I will have my vengeance.
Good Burger,
This is what I call fast food.
Beverly Hills Cop, The Girl with a Dragon Tattoo, and Julie and Julia.
Bon appetit.
All for free on your favorite devices. Pluto TV. Stream now. Pay never.
Is this thing on? I'm Caitlin Bristow, host of Off the Vine podcast, where I get real. Well, maybe a little too real sometimes, with my friends and celeb guests from Bachelor franchise and beyond. I'm talking guests like Jonathan Van Ness, Nikki Glazer, Wells Adams, Elise Myers,
just like in this like business jacket. Like, I would love some tacos.
Heidi D'Amelio, Big Brother's Taylor Hale,
I have to bring it up because it happened and we're going to get through it.
What'd I do?
and so many more. So come hang out with us, hear ridiculous confessions, and get a little vulnerable because you know what? We're all just floating on this weird little planet together. Follow, rate, and review Off the Vine podcast wherever you listen to your podcasts.